One thing I get asked a lot is how do I interact with couples, whether that be engagement or wedding photography or anything you might be shooting? And I think that this is a very important question because you have to interact with people that you're shooting. We wish that everybody that we shot, whether that be wedding, engagement, or anything that you're shooting, we wish that people were just trained models and that they had their poses down and they knew how to look behind or in front of the camera. And unfortunately, that's not the case. And so that's where we come in and have to kind of direct whether that's your style of photography. Again, this might not be for you, this specific video. For me, you need a little direction, I think, in every photo shoot, whether that be engagement or wedding. You could just do a documentary style, but again, the couple, if they're not comfortable with that, they need to be directed on what you specifically want them to do, whether that be, I want you to go hang out in the woods and look like, or hold hands or something and walk and pretend that I'm not here, you know, whatever that might be. But it's really hard to just assume that somebody knows what they're doing, couples, and just to stick them on a pose and hope that you're gonna get something that you like. It's very hard. There's been probably like one to none as far people that have done that for me. Models, of course, that's different. People who have experience, and that's the biggest thing, they have experience. So how can you get your couples up to speed on posing and getting comfortable behind the camera, sorry, in front of the camera? I think this has a lot to do with your personality. I think if you're an outgoing person, you like people, you like to interact, you like to meet new people, then you'll be fine. People have asked me a lot, do you get nervous for shoots, for wedding shoots or for engagement shoots? And the answer is absolutely. Sometimes I get nervous. I think the main time I'm going to get nervous is when I haven't met the couple yet. And that's a very bad thing to do. I think you should always meet your couples. Engagement, wedding photography, obviously. Wedding, you better be meeting your couples before the big day. But for engagements, there's been several where I've just shown up to the location that we're gonna shoot and I hadn't met the couple yet. And it's interesting. It's a really interesting thing because you're meeting somebody that you've never met and you're about to take photos of them. It's funny because if you think about it, put yourself in their situation. If you have no experience, how are you gonna feel? It's gonna be a little tense. It's gonna be a little awkward. And so how do you break the ice? How do you get stuff that produce images that are gonna be like, oh yes, they look comfortable and they look happy and natural and they look like they've been doing this a million times. For me, I think it's just, like I said, interaction with a couple, getting to know them. I care about all my couples. I think that you should too. They're not just your meal ticket. Most of my clients eventually become friends. And so I think that you need to get to know the people as well as a little bit about their life, what they do, and then shoot them. Now, the first images in your engagement session, let's say, and maybe even in the wedding, they might not be the best. If you can produce incredible work right from the get-go, then you have it. Don't listen to this video and move on. But if you're like most people and me, you have to start somewhere. That's what I like to tell myself every single shoot, whether that be a wedding or engagement or even something like editorial or commercial. You have to start somewhere. And if you don't, or if you shoot your first photo and it looks like crap, and it usually does, and you give up, then you're gonna be eaten up in this industry. You have to start somewhere, you have to fail, and then you have to eventually get something and work that you like. So let's go to engagement photography. There was this one couple I hadn't met yet. So we drive up to the location. I'm a little bit nervous, you know, and of course you absolutely cannot show that you're nervous. If you're nervous, they're nervous. And it makes them more nervous. So I keeping my cool, getting to know them, walking to some spots that I want to shoot, and I start putting them in a pose that I'm very comfortable with putting people in. And I start shooting, and they're a little bit tense, and they're a little bit awkward, and I'm always encouraging them, never telling them, oh, that looks bad, let's move on. Never tell couples or clients, that looks bad. Shoot it, move on, go to the next thing. So I'm looking on the back of my camera, and I'm saying like, oh, these images aren't the best, they look tense. 30, 45 minutes later, we're producing gold. We're producing amazing work. They've got comfortable, and that's the biggest thing. If they're comfortable, we're comfortable, and the photos are just magic. So getting the couple comfortable is so important, whether that's wedding or engagement. And that goes with anybody, honestly, getting people comfortable in front of the camera. And so again, it's not gonna happen right from the get-go with every couple. They need time, just like you need time to produce amazing work. They need time, so you gotta work them in. So don't expect to do a 30-minute shoot unless the people have experience. Don't expect to do a 30-minute, 40-minute shoot and produce gold. I think it's very foolish to do that. Some of my engagement sessions will last an hour and a half, 2 hours, and if I really like the couple and they had paid for a little bit more time, then it's gonna go longer, because the worst that can happen is you get more great images, right? So why not shoot a little bit more if you're in a cool location and the light is perfect and whatnot. So the biggest thing, guys, is get to know your couples. And of course, have a set of poses, some ideas, situations to put couples in as far as that will make them comfortable. Things that might be natural to them, like, okay, go hang out in the woods, blah, blah, blah. You know, do stuff that they are comfortable with, that you would be comfortable with if you were in front of the camera. That's the biggest thing. And again, it's not easy. You have to start somewhere. Tell yourself that on any shoot. I have to start somewhere. That's just, write it in big letters. You have to start somewhere. If you don't, and you shoot your first photo and it sucks, because it usually does, you're gonna stop. You're gonna hate this industry. But the first images suck. So you gotta start somewhere, get to know the couple, get them comfortable, you get comfortable, find the light, and make money, make cash money, make amazing images. Thanks, guys, for watching. Check out the other videos that I'm posting. I'm gonna keep this series going as far as tips and stuff that has happened to me, whether that be horror stories like the memory card management video, which is the first one I posted. Go watch that, or amazing stories. So keep watching. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Oh, and also, better subscribe. And while you're here, hit the like button. Why not, huh?